Ten Hag has chosen first and second choice potential Maguire replacement Sky Sport. Australia may be first and Massasoida summer shopping list, and midfielder may be a close second, but the new record in center defense is looking likely as Ten Hag sets out to retool his squad for next season. Reports in Italy have claimed that Min-Jae has said his goodbyes, the book he's playing, and had the movers around. In abroad, it is believed that Exodus is on the verge of transfer to Old Trafford. Even Sky Sport reported that Madrid has been in on the act, earlier tweeting that Madrid have made it clear to Min-Jae's camp they are interested in signing him, while also saying that Disasi wants to join United. But Manchester United are highly unlikely to be signing two new centre-back. In fact, as it stands, they are overstocked in that department. Paul Brownie and Lieutenant Martinez have forgot a tremendous partnership, while Peter Lindelof has confidence Ten Hag of his credential, with a potential new contract even on the horizon. That leaves Harry Maguire. The manager would probably be okay with keeping him around as fourth choice or fifth if left back Luke Shaw available to move into the middle. But the club captain will need to move on the keep his long-term international career alive. It has been reported that Maguire's intention to stay at Old Trafford, but it is difficult to see how his peculiar situation at the club can continue. If it does move, that leave out opening for one of Kim or Sassi to come into the squad. The bomber has a 45 million pound release clause, while the latter is allowed to be available at a lower price with the spread cost. In all likelihood, United will more or less break even swapping Maguire for either player, so which one should Ten Hag sign? The player with the higher standing in the game is admittedly Min-Jae. He has just helped Napoli to their first security in over 3 decades, earning the Defender of the Season award in the process. His proactive style and excellent combination of pace and strength has made him the nightmare of forward all over Europe. Often achievement given he has only been in Italy for around 12 months. He's almost literally peerless in matter of one-on-one defending, ranking in the top 1% of all center defender across Europe Big 5 leagues for a percentage of dribble tackles 88.6%, and for the frequency of losing a challenge just 0.09 per 90 minutes. If Ten Hag wants a defender who can kill opposition counter attacks of Mark dangerous attacker out of the match, he is the guy hands down. Axel Disasi was also quick and strong, doesn't have much of a plot to Kim's defensive numbers via world football too, but there are a number of reasons why Manchester United may just consider him to be the better fit. The Frenchman has been a bright spark in the other ways, disappointing games for as Monaco, earning himself a call-up to the Qatar World Cup, where he showcased his versatility by having a right back in a couple of matches, the final being one of them. While Ten Hag certainly does appraise multifunctional player that personally would be a strong argument for opting for the Sassy. What the League One starters have his prefer, however, is what he does with the ball. Make no mistake, Min-Jae knows a slot in the regard. He is a solid band drug, and which Napoli will dare consider position-based attack with accurate passing of either foot. He ranked in the 88th percentile of a big league center-back in Europe for both progressive throws and progressive passes. But this is genuinely world-class in ability to turn defense into attack from his position, ranking in the 96th percentile on both metrics. The pressman can operate as something a playmaker from the back, disrupting the option press with a combination of good dribbling and incisive passing. Given that United have struggled to play out of defense, particularly in the absence of Lieutenant Martinez, with the probably ball play in the back line, it would take some attention for Ten Hag to place a focus on how this defensive target can operate in position. And a quick look at the game and this is a spark code style rating only highlight their difference in that regard. The size is far more likely of the two to dribble out from the back and load a ball toward the goal, whereas Kim is all about keeping the ball first and foremost. and demonstrated by slightly up a volume, a measure of how often the vapor that does not bring the ball turned, or a barometer toward the opposition goal. That is also reflected in the gap when the attacking over the rating of a player. With this as a contribution, more likely to take his team toward a goal scoring tend the rating are flip when it comes to ball retention score. Although that is partly due to the stylistic preference of the manager they play for last season. The biggest positive insight into the overgame is probably the most obvious one. The center Mertens has left center back position look down after a tremendous debut season, with Lindelof making the move of his two-footer while giving him. It would appear that should center back the coming in will be covered and eventually overtake Varane in the right side spot. Almost all of Kane's minutes this season have come playing on the left side of defensive pairing, when Disasi has had is on the right. It is possible that Ten Hag would be looking at the French international as player who could slot strike into rotation with Varane. Morrison understood the effort before eventually taking over. In Kane's case, his status and reach would almost demand a hiccup in as an automatic starter, for a position slightly different to the one he has enjoyed such as a scene. Overall, the Soccer is clearly the better player, but there are some reasons to believe that the Sassi may be a slightly better fit in the long run. Certainly, should Manchester United end up with either, it will add to the quality in the squad.